Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jnelsonus, and if you're new, welcome. Today I wanted to talk about the video about Brother Morris. A lot of people have been talking about it. It's been a very trending topic in the XJW community, and I'm not one for gossip, and I'm not one for spreading information. Wait a minute, let me just re-say that. I'm not one for gossip or to spread hate or whatever, but a lot of people suggested that I talk about it. I mean, not that I would give any different information than a lot of other XJWs or whatever, but it really made me feel some type of way. As a lot of us XJWs or people who are still Jehovah's Witnesses, you were taken aback by that video. And if you haven't seen the video, I've seen it on John Cedar's channel. That's the first place where I've seen it. And it was pretty wild. It was a Sunday morning that he went out to go buy some liquor, and it was like expensive liquor at that. I'm not really good with like brand names and whatnot, but I know it was expensive, and I know someone said it was over $500 worth of alcohol, spirits, whatever you call it, and I was just like, wow. And not that I've never really liked that governing body member, by the way. I've never really liked him or took a liking to him after that whole video after that whole special talk that he gave about people wearing tight pants and not making it into the new system of things. I've always felt towards him since that video. And so watching this video now about him and the whole what do they call it, Bottlegate? Watching that whole video now was very, what's the word? Unsettling. All right. That video basically made me feel that it just backed up more of what people are saying, that the religion is a cult, and the brothers are not very God inspired and whatnot. And I know that now, that the people who are governing body members and who claim they are representatives of Jehovah, I know now for a fact that they aren't who they say they are. And a lot of people were telling me in the brother Cook video, he's just a man, this and this and that. And of course I know that. I didn't make the video to back up the body of elders, or I was just explaining to you how I knew him and what I knew him from. I wasn't taking his back or backing him up or giving him a reason why he should be one of the governing body members. It wasn't anything like that. It was just basically an informative video on how I know him and where I knew him from. But this video just made it really added fuel to the fire. And like a lot of people said, like, why wasn't he out in service? Why wasn't he out in the ranks, out in service? When I was a Jehovah's Witness, on rainy days, like when I was a regular auxiliary pioneer, we would be out every day, rainy days, from when we do morning witnessing to evening witnessing, and sometimes early morning witnessing. Say you start early morning witnessing around 7 in the morning. Then you get home at like 5 p.m. Like, you spend a good 8, 9, 10 hours out in service. You're pushing in hours. Like, you're pushing in service hours. Your feet hurt. You don't have money because you don't work a lot. You know what I mean? I didn't even work at the time. I was still a kid. Like, basically you're doing all this free work, all this hard work and labor, and you're hungry and you're tired and you're stressed and you're financially unstable, and you're leaving school to go out in service, and all this other things, because their whole main thing was, because I remember when the circuit overseer came, and I was going to school. I was going out in service full time. I was still going to school, trying to a regular auxiliary pioneer, going to school. I had homework, you know what I mean? And it's still like home stuff because my family wasn't in the truth, so I still had that to deal with. And the circuit overseer was like, "So Jaija, why don't you become a regular pioneer?" And I was just like, I don't have the means for that. I don't even have my own car. Like, I'm 16. I don't even have, you know what I mean? It was just more pushing yourself to be more out in service. And I remember just being so like out in service all the time, every day dedicated out in service, even on days I didn't feel good, out in service, out in service, out in service. Losing time to spend with my family, out in service. Every day out in service. And although it was a good way to get to know other people in service, and you did gain confidence, looking at that video when he could have been out in service, when he could have been at a meeting, when he could have been doing something productive with his time, just like all the rest of us regular schmegular regular Jehovah's Witnesses are, it makes you feel like everything you've done, it just basically, sorry guys, my phone just died and I needed some water, so yeah, I'm back. It just makes it seem like it was all for naught, like it was all in vain, like everything we've ever done was for what? While this guy, just because he claims that he can understand, you know what I mean? Just because he claims that he's a voice of Jehovah, and we're just all supposed to trust and believe that he can do whatever he wants to do, that he's God. And I remember just how much people in my congregation, like Jehovah's Witnesses that I knew, put such an emphasis on the governing body and how they were so like important and they're so holy, like closer to Jehovah, closer to God, like untouchable basically. And I remember one sister, she had met this exact brother Morris at RBC. I forgot she was working at Warwick, but it was just like, it was like kind of off of Warwick, making the pieces for the people that work at Warwick. And I remember I took a picture with him and he had touched a stone or whatever, and she kept the stone. I was like, the stone was holy or what, or whatnot. And I, at the time, it's just like you don't think of anything like it. But now that I noticed that we like idolize them, like they make themselves out to be perfect and untouchable. And some of them, I don't think they do it on purpose. And they try to make themselves seem more down to earth, as they like say, like, we are all servants of Jehovah, that they are faithful slaves of Jehovah. But if you really look at it, they are kind of like gods. They kind of are like the Pope, basically. They all are like the Pope in their own way. Like we treat them like they're some highly people and like they speak for God. If you think about it, the brothers always bash like the Pope and whatnot, but we are basically doing the same thing. We treat that brothers like we Catholics treat the Pope, like they're some holy being, and they're not. They're just regular schmegular people like us. But we give so much of ourselves as Jehovah's Witnesses. We give so much of ourselves to this organization, and we're required to do everything we can for this organization, to live for this organization, to dedicate our lives to this organization, when it does, quite frankly, nothing for us. And a lot of people, yeah, and we do it out of love, like Jehovah's Witnesses. We love because we love the organization. We love Jehovah. Our whole I can't even talk. Our whole point of being in this organization, it was to be closer to Jehovah. I feel like it's something that needed to happen. Like it's just something that we needed to see. I don't know. I don't trust this religion. I don't. Although it's a very, very pivotal part of my life, I can't see myself going back now. But yeah, that video really made a lot of people angry. It made a lot of people very angry, and I can understand why. Cause I'm not as angry because I've been out for a while, but like I just feel like it's more for like people who are just leaving and have spent so much time and so much of their life living for the truth, and people who have killed themselves or got disfellowshipped because of this religion. Because I know a lot of people who were disfellowshipped and committed suicide because of this religion. I know a lot of people who have self-hate because they made a mistake, a simple mistake that the brothers deem unforgivable because they didn't repent and they got disfellowshipped. My own best friend who went to get disfellowshipped, like she went to the memorial too, and someone had hugged her and said, "Oh, I forgot you're disfellowshipped. I forgot I can't talk to you," and it made her feel like complete, utter bull, like complete ish. And she was just like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to go anymore. But she's mainly doing it for her parents. So I don't even want to get into that. But it was just like all this hard work and all of this like pain and feeling entrapped. Like, I don't have to feel that way. Especially when I went back for the meeting and then the memorial, I felt the same way I felt before when I came. Yes, it felt like home, but at the same time, I felt trapped. I felt like I couldn't be who I wanted to be. I felt like I couldn't say what I wanted to say. I have to censor what I want to say. I can't laugh at certain things. I can't look at certain people. I always feel like everyone's eyes are on me. I feel like everyone's judging me. I feel like I did not feel like I belonged there. I did not. I felt so out of place when I went to the meeting. And for all of that, like, to think of that, for that brother to go out and spend all the hard earned money. I mean, all the money that people donate that they don't even have. I remember giving money, like I had 20 on me, like 20 for babysitting when I was like 16 or whatever. And I gave 10 to the contribution box. But it felt so good because you feel that you're doing something for the better cause, for to make you, and when you're in it, it all has a purpose. But when you're out, it has no purpose at all. And you're thinking, man, I just wasted my time on this when I could have saved that money. I could have saved it. I could have done so much with my time and with my money and with my precious heart. And you know what? It's all for naught, basically. And so seeing that video just kind of like pushed a lot of people's buttons, because it's like, we're doing all this hard work as one of Jehovah's Witnesses. We're giving you guys all this money to build all these unnecessary places, to send people around the world, to send these. And let me tell you, like, for example, like when they send circuit overseers, oh, that's a whole nother story. But it's just like they send these people who do work, or it's just like, it's just a waste of our funds and our time, and we don't even make money. It's just basically, what I'm trying to say is, I personally wouldn't. If I've seen that when I was in the truth, I would really question my beliefs. I would really question everything. But now that I'm not anymore, it really doesn't surprise me. It really doesn't surprise me. I'm really surprised nothing has happened yet to where like the brothers are exposed, where this religion is exposed. I honestly thought when I was going to the memorial that someone was going to like do that whole like, you guys are a cult thing, like how I seen some YouTube videos. I'm just really surprised. But that's how I don't know, guys. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, that just, it irks me, because a lot of my teen years, all of my teen years I spent in the truth, giving it my time, my attention, my heart, my emotions, everything, praying, everything, out in service, letting the brothers use me, take advantage of me, and talk to me any way they want. Just for it to mean nothing, for brothers, for them to go out and spend all that hard-earned kingdom funds on alcohol just so they can live it up. It makes you think, what else are they doing, Because I know a lot of friends who said that Bethel is not what you think it's like. Like my own best friend said she went to a Bethel party and they were getting drunk. She went to a Bethel party and there was married men trying to talk to her. Like, grown married men who go to Bethel were in my friend's inbox. Like, and she's a gorgeous girl. Like, in my friend's inbox, talking about, like, he's been to this fellowship before. I have so many stories, you guys, like, to share with you guys. But it's just like, wow. It's sad. It's sad. And to think that I would want to go back after knowing all this stuff. To think that. I just feel like it's more for comfort than anything else. But that's basically it, guys, what I have to say about that Toni Morris video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any suggestions, leave them down below. Let me know what you guys think about this topic. I mean, you guys have let me know thus far what you think about most of the stuff that I make in the comments. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.